Καλησπέρα σε όλους σας. Συγγνώμη για την ολιγόλεπτη καθυστέρηση. Είμαι ο Αργύρης ο Κρεμίτσας. Είμαι ο ιδρυτής της CSFA. Σας καλωσορίζω όλους εδώ σε ένα σημαντικό γεγονός που ξεκινάει στη χώρα μας. Υποδεχόμαστε την PSV Eindhoven μαζί με σημαντικούς ανθρώπους πάνω στο πάνελ. Θα τους γνωρίσετε όλους ένας προς ένας. Κοντά μας σήμερα, ξεκινώντας, έχουμε τον κύριο Κοντζαμάνη, ο οποίος είναι εκπρόσωπος της Πρεσβείας της Ολλανδίας στην Ελλάδα. Κύριε Κοντζαμάνη, σας ευχαριστούμε πολύ που είστε κοντά μας. Ωστόσο, συνεχίζω. Κοντά μας βρίσκεται και ο κύριος Ρίτσαρντ Κρότχολτσεν, ο οποίος είναι advisor της CSFA. Συνεχίζουμε με την κυρία Μαρινίκη. Κυρία Μαρινίκη Μπούκα είναι αντιπρόεδρος του Μανδραϊκού, όπου σε συνεργασία με το Μανδραϊκό τη δεύτερη εβδομάδα θα τρέξουμε τη δεύτερη εβδομάδα του ΚΑΜΠ. Μαζί τη συνοδεύουν όλοι οι συνεργάτες της. Θα αναφερθεί σε αυτούς αργότερα η ίδια. Καλωσορίζουμε επίσης τον κύριο Τσόστεβιτ από την PSV, μαζί με το επιτελείο της PSV, τους αξιόλογους προπονητές, ο οποίος είναι ο Head of International Partner της PSV. Μέσα σε όλα αυτά, θέλω να καλωσορίσω ένα νέο μέλος της CSFA. Είναι ο Γιάννης ο Γκρεμίτσας, είναι ο γιος μου, ο οποίος πλέον είναι ο νέος πρόεδρος της εταιρείας και ο CEO. Γιάννη, καλώς ήρθες στην ESFA. Θα μας πει δύο λόγια και θα συνεχίσουμε κανονικά.
Καλησπέρα σε όλους. Τιμή μου που σας γνωρίζω από κοντά και μέσω της CSFA θα χαρώ να σας γνωρίσω και ακόμα καλύτερα. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Ωστόσο, θα καλέσω αυτή τη στιγμή τον κύριο Αλέξη Κοντζαμάνη να καλωσορίσει την PSV στην Ελλάδα και να μας πει δύο λόγια. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Ευχαριστώ. Θα μου επιτρέψετε να μιλήσω στα αγγλικά για να καλωσορίσω τους φίλους. Dear friends, on behalf of the Embassy of the Netherlands in Greece and our ambassador, Ms. Susanna Terstal, I would like to welcome PSV to Greece for the first time in a project like this. You can understand that at the embassy we are really thrilled to see many partnerships between Greece and the Netherlands, either public or private, either in politics, in economics, in culture, and why not in sports, and especially in football, since football brings people together and football fans all over the world speak the same language. Now, on a more personal note, as a Greek and Dutch football fan, I would like just very shortly to share with you some experiences, because all of my life I have tried to make connections between Greece and the Netherlands in football. For instance, from a very young age, I remember my Dutch grandmother coming to Greece, and when she would say to people, I am from the Netherlands, the first thing they would say would be, Van Basten, Gullit, Rijkaard, was the famous trio Olandesi of AC Milan. And many years later, in my job, one of our former ambassadors had the honor to have Johan Cruyff in Athens for a day. And he told me that it was amazing that when they would walk the streets of Athens, people would just stand still and start applauding. They wanted to speak to him, they wanted to give him a hand, or to shake his hand. He was really amazed by what an enormous impact the person of Johan Cruyff had on the streets of Athens. Another thing I remember is reading in a Greek newspaper a poll before a World Cup when it was asked to people, which team would you support if Greece does not compete? And first, with a big difference from number two, was actually Oranje, the Netherlands national team. So in other words, it seems that the Greek people have a big respect for Dutch football. Of course, we had quite some good Dutch players in the Greek league, but especially many coaches, because I always say one of our export products in the Netherlands is, of course, football coaches. Henk ten Katen, Huub Stevens, just to name but a few, Arie Haan, Thijs Liebrechts, and of course the very iconic Eugène Gerards, or as the Greeks would like to say, Evgenios Gerardakis. But actually, lastly and most important, what I find interesting is that 3 Greek attackers have been top scorer in the Dutch Eredivisie, which is amazing if you think of that Greek football is mostly known for its good defense. It's very nice to see that Greek players, and especially the last couple of years, have been doing so well in the Dutch league. So in other words, I think your cooperation can be really fruitful. I wish to you that you find the next Passos Douvikas or Nikos Machlas, or who knows. We know that Greece produces good football talent. We need a little bit of help, I think, in the vision for the future and the organization. So who better than to provide this than the Dutch and a well-respected club as PSV. So all the best, and Mr. Kremitsas, thank you very much for having us.
Ωστόσο, στην αίθουσα κοντά μας έχουμε και εκπροσώπους του Δήμου Σπατών. Έχουμε τον κύριο Τσέπα με τους συνεργάτες του. Έχουν έρθει για λογαριασμό του Δημάρχου, ο οποίος δυστυχώς δεν κατάφερε να είναι εδώ λόγω σοβαρού προβλήματος υγείας. Θα συνεχίσουμε με τον κύριο Ρίτσαρντ Γκροτχόλντεν, ο οποίος είναι πάνω από 30 χρόνια εκπαιδευτής. Έχει δουλέψει στη Βασιλική Ομοσπονδία της Ολλανδίας για πάρα πολλά έτη, σε επίπεδο εκπαίδευσης προπονητών, αλλά και ανάπτυξη νεαρών αθλητών. Οπότε θα καλωσορίσω τον Ρίτσαρντ να μας πει 5 κουβέντες. Πλέον από φέτος είναι επίσημα και ο σύμβουλος της CSFA και θα τον έχουμε μαζί μας για πάρα πολύ καιρό. Ρίτσαρντ.
So this is a great day for me, especially, and Argyros, yeah, I can call him Argy, yeah. I met him 8 years ago, and I'd like to thank you for your kind words. I didn't understand them at all, but I know that there are kind words, so thanks for that. Nice to be here in this great shining room. 8 or 9 years ago, we met each other in a creepy coffee place somewhere down the road. And now being here, sitting here with great people, yeah, from different parts of Greece and in the world. So really nice to be here. So thanks for having me. Just in a few words on this one, we're going to make steps. And if I say we, then I mean ESFA. With the founder, RG, and his son. And I'm now, again, delighted to help in any way I can. That is also my role, to advise, and day by day it will get a little bit bigger. Also, you see the logo of PSV on the side. Now, this is already mentioned, and I think that's also a great step for Greek football, also especially. A little bit about this later on. Okay, just in a quick snapshot, what is the thing we are trying to do? And this is influencing people, and that means players giving more opportunities, what they normally maybe not can get here, and coaches. If you want to build something in football, it is always about the coach. The players can have their talent, the players can have their possibilities or not opportunities, yeah, but it's always at the end the coach who will try to let him grow in the maximum way. So So in that case, there's a lot of things on coaches. And influencing, again, players, giving more opportunities. If you live on an island, there are only 3 coaches or 2 clubs, then there must be a reason and a way to give these players more opportunities. Coach development is a big thing. Yeah, things what happens, of course, also in Greece, but for sure with the Dutch way, the way we can develop, especially players. That's quite famous, I think, in the history of football. That's what we try to give also in a country like this. Coaches, clubs also can be an option to help clubs to structure, maybe restructure, maybe help to make a better structure to produce players at the end of the day. Club management can be a part of that. So all based in courses, what we will trying to set up in the coming years. That can end in a network with academies, for example, like development centers. And some clubs maybe also can connect as, let's say, partner clubs. So this is the influensive part. How we do that is like the programs set up like this. So camps, coach development, staff development is not only coaches, maybe analysts, for example, what is quite from the last years. Some analyze courses are already there in some countries. We like to run academy programs and then based on a network of maybe in the future clubs who under our umbrella can develop in a certain way of playing and training. International programs, visits, academies that can be in Greece, that can be in any part of the world. This is what we're going to step by step introduce over the coming years. Just my role in a quick few words. So advising, this is basically what I do as a consultant, and this is getting day by day a little bit more. Business strategies, creating roadmaps for step by step maybe clubs also to develop in a better way. Designing and developing programs, training programs or courses. And also by myself visiting here or somewhere else around the world where these projects will run is something for the coming years where I will put my time in. And we try to build a network over the coming years for development and so on. And at the end, if players will get and live their dream, hopefully they can make it to a step to a professional club in Greece or out of Greece. Then there's also something that we need to guide all the way in to give him the maximum chance to live his dream. That's just from my side. Again, exciting steps I think we're going to make, and especially with PSV, one of the best leading academies in Europe for sure. Especially their facility is amazing to visit also for somebody who wants to do that. And this is something what Joost can tell better than I do. So very thankful to have PSV with all the staff here for the coming 2 weeks to run these 2 great camps what we will do in the coming days. Thanks for listening. All right.
Επειδή τελικά ο χρόνος καλύφθηκε πολύ γρήγορα και επειδή ξέρω ότι είστε όλοι κουρασμένοι γιατί είναι και το τέλος της ημέρας, θα προσκαλέσω την κυρία Μπούκα, την πρόεδρο της MMBS και χορηγού της CSFA, αντιπρόεδρο του Μανδραϊκού, να έρθει κοντά μας. Κυρία Μπούκα.
Καλησπέρα και από μένα. Good evening, sirs. Θα πω 2 λόγια αρχικά, in English, for our consultants. I welcome in Greece one of the greatest teams of Eredivisie, Europe, PSV Eindhoven, and its great representatives. It's my great pleasure and honor to welcome you personally as a CEO of MMBS, which is the official diamond sponsor of the PSV Stars Soccer Camp. From the very first moment, MMBS embraced and supported this pioneering sporting venture. After all, it's a company whose activities culture is based on innovation and support for new ideas, excellent and optimal management of human resources. As we do in our business activities, as well in our sports activities, we strive to offer the best quality of services and the highest professional approach with a view of the development and satisfaction of our partners. PSV Eindhoven is now considered one of the Europe's representative teams with its outstanding football academies, staffed by renewed coaches and players. The support of PSV Star Soccer Camp in cooperation with Eurosport's football activities is a strategic choice and looks forward for a long-term cooperation with continuous exchange of know-how, development of athletes and their promotion in the field of soccer. Among the above, as Vice President of Mandraikos Athletic Club, I have to mention the corresponding philosophy and goal we have as a small but fast-growing team. With new ideas and wonderful organization, we seek and we were confident that we will take from you, dear PSV representatives, a high level of football knowledge, and with us hundreds of talents and coaches from all over the country, so we can spread the philosophy of young people who love football and wish to develop. We are proud to open new roads in developing football in Greece, and we are proud to have the best guides in this beautiful sporting genre. I welcome you again in Greece. We will be happy to welcome you in a beautiful manner. Thank you so much. Ευχαριστώ. Να σας τα πω και ελληνικά. Καλωσορίζουμε λοιπόν την PSV σε ένα καινούριο εγχείρημα, για μας τουλάχιστον. Θα είμαστε από 26 έως 1η Ιουλίου στη Μάνδρα, στο κεντρικό γήπεδο της ομάδας μας. Θα χαρούμε να σας έχουμε όλους εκεί, τόσο την PSV αλλά και τους επισκέπτες μας. Και πάλι ευχαριστούμε όλους που είσαστε εδώ. Καλή τύχη σε όλους μας. Ευχαριστώ.
Συνεχίζοντας, εφόσον το πρόγραμμα βγαίνει γρηγορότερα, θα καλέσω κοντά μας τον κύριο Τσόστεβιτ. Είναι ο Head of International Partnership Partners της PSV Eindhoven. Dear Jost, please. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Do you have a sound too or not?
I don't know. Richard, you have to get your...
Technical advice.
Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, do you also have a sound? Can you? Because I have a movie in it. Oh yeah, okay, I put the microphone. Okay.
Test. okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you everybody for having PSV here in Athens. We are really delighted to be here. It's I think for the most of us the first time we are in Athens. Of course, we visit Greece as a holiday. For the holidays, a lot of people from Holland come here, but it's also my first time to Athens. Really enjoying it. Yeah, I have a short presentation. My name is Joost de Wit. I'm head of international partnerships at PSV. I will explain a little bit more what we do around the world and why are we here together with ESFA. I've got some slides for you, but I want to start with a little movie. Try to get the sound right. Second.
Stars aren't just born, they are created. With brains and sweat and teamwork. From the early beginning, we came together and started a movement that became unstoppable. It's a story of unity, because unity makes strength. A story of loyalty to our fans, to the city, to the ones always there for us. A story of outsmarting the competition. We celebrate the stars of today, and together create the stars of tomorrow. In a future fueled by technology, everyone has a role to play. Every fan, every partner, every player is a star.
This is a promo video, and the name sounds for itself, Creating Stars Together. And because the reason is very simple. Holland is a small country. We compete against Germany, we compete against England and France. So the Dutch people always had to work together to have a success. And that is what we are good in. And that's why we like to be here in Greece to work together with you. Creating Stars Together. Yeah, of course, the story of PSV, very short. It's from 1913, so more than 100 years old. And it was founded exactly on the place where our stadium is today. So the workers from the Philips factory, they wanted to do something after work, and they started playing football. They started playing football, swimming, athletics, and that's where our club comes from the workers of PSV starting this. And as you see, the houses are still at the side. The houses of the workers are still next to our stadium, so it's very traditional. It's a very traditional club, PSV, and we are very proud of it. It all, as I said, started in 1913 with the workers of PSV. in 1891. It was the point of the new future. And what you see, that our club is very much connected with technology, because it came from Philips. We have a lot of innovation in our club. I will tell you a little bit more about the sponsor on our shirt. It's called Brainport, is our title sponsor. And it's not one company, but we are sponsored by the whole region, which is a very innovative region. Of course, I think everybody knows PSV from all the years where we play football. We have a lot of Dutch titles. The Dutch Cup, last 2 years, we won the Dutch Cup against Ajax Amsterdam twice. The Dutch Super Cup we won last year. In 1988, already a long time ago, European Cup 1, which is Champions League right now, was one of our major successes. And in 1978, the UEFA Cup, which is Europe League right now. So a lot of prizes already there. And we are in European football since the 70s, always there. And maybe it's good. What we are known for is that that creating stars together, what was already done in the past. So we've got big stars made in Eindhoven, came from our own youth academy, or on a very young age. We see Ronaldo, who came at 17 years old from Brazil, and of course became a superstar. We got Arjan Robben, Memphis Depay, Carlos Salcido, so both Dutch or international players who were very young came to our club, and we created them into stars. This is a thing we are known for. So we're not Manchester United or Barcelona, who play at the absolute top of the European competitions, but we are known for delivering the right players to that competition. Last winter we sold one player to Liverpool, Cody Gakpo, and we sold one player to Chelsea again, and I think this summer there will be new transfers. So there is something we do very well, and that is educating small boys and make them professional players. As I told you, we are not doing that alone. As a head of international partnerships, we started about 2 years ago to start partnerships all over the world. And this is just some of them. Ronaldo, the former PSV player, he is now director of the club Cruzeiro, and we have a partnership with the Brazilian club Cruzeiro. We have a partnership with Chivas Guadalajara from Mexico, where some of our players came from, Carlos Salcida, Mazo Rodriguez, and of course PSV is very known in Mexico. Last star we had was Chucky Lozano, who plays at Napoli right now. And the latest partnership we have in Korea, a former PSV player called Jisung Park, a national player, was all on a very young age at PSV. He is technical director of this club now, and we work together. And next to that, well, we are proud to say that now we have ESFA as one of our partners in Greece. So we start these partnerships all over the world. And why do we do that? And I think Richard stated it very well, is it all starts with good coaches. If you have good coaches, talent will always be there, but the coach is needed to develop that talent. And we put a lot of effort and energy in finding the right coaches. In a moment we will introduce our coaches to you. But that is well, one example is, of course, Ruud van Nistelrooy, who was in our own youth academy, who was a player at PSV and was a coach at PSV. Unfortunately, he left this summer. We hired a new coach now, but it's an excellent example of how we educate our own coaches. Of course, what should the coaches do is player development. And as I said, PSV is a specialist in their youth academy. So we bring them from a young age in a good structure, in a safe environment. We educate young players to become stars. And maybe one star makes it to the top of Europe, and 1 star makes it to the 2nd division, but we all try to get the best out of those players as we can. I want to now give the word to one of our coaches, Edwin, to introduce himself and say something about himself. Ja, hier staan ze.
Ja, zoals.
Thank you. Thank you for having us in Athens. Joost said it starts with a good group of trainers. I think we have a really good group of trainers to start tomorrow. First, I introduce myself. My name is Edwin de Wijs. I'm 53 years old. I'm a technical coordinator of PSV Academy. I was a former player. I play about 400 games. And I'm now for more than 15 years in the academy. I go to the group of trainers, and the next one is Kevin. Can you introduce yourself?
Everyone, nice to meet you. Nice to be here in Athens. I'm Kevin Bejois. I'm from Belgium. Originally from Belgium. I'm already 20 years in Holland. I played over 20 years as a professional goalkeeper, over 350 games. I'm a goalkeeper coach in the academy for the under-23s. I'm an assistant goalkeeper coach for the first team, and I'm also coordinator for the goalkeepers in the academy. My specialties are like cognitive goalkeeper training, and I'm looking forward to the next 2 weeks.
Hello everyone, my name is Tim Kerkhoff. I'm 23 years old and I'm 2 years coach at PSV Eindhoven. I'm 6-year coach in total. The first 4 years I started my career at FC Eindhoven, also as a strength and conditioning coach. And so my specialties are also the motorical development of players, and I'm glad to be here.
So, good evening. I'm Ryan Robertson. You could see that my name. I'm born originally in the UK. I'm 28 years old. I've got my UEFA B license 7 years ago, I'm sorry. At the moment, I'm head coach of the under-10s and skill coach in the academy. Before that, I've been coaching until the under-21s at FC Den Bosch, the club of Ruud van Nistelrooy. Maybe, yeah, you just saw him on one of the pictures. One of my qualities is focusing on the individual development of players and high-intensity training. So I'm looking forward for this week and yeah, being part of this 2 weeks. Thanks.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank the organization for inviting us today. I also got my UEFA B license. I'm also under 10 head coach at PSV. My former clubs are Fortuna Sittard under 13, and my specialty is leadership by players, by trainers, and making one team of all players. And what I really like, you're gonna see it in the next 2 weeks. I hope so. I really like to train on high intensity training. So you're gonna see, and I'm also looking forward for the next 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.
A couple of last slides before I end. Just want to make you known that we have a special attention to women's football at this moment. It's becoming bigger and bigger. So for us, boys or girls, it doesn't matter for us. We have the same methodology, and we'll put at PSV at this moment a lot of effort in our women's team. That's one thing. One thing I just mentioned before is our shirt, our Brainport shirt. Brainport is the region we work in. We've got companies like Philips Medical. We've got one of the biggest chip producing companies in our area. And all the innovation startups around it, and it's all gathered in this one sponsor, which we are very proud of. We are so proud of it that I want to invite the representative of the embassy. Can you come here? Got a special present for you. Because we can talk about the shirt, but the nice thing is to show it to you. This is our brand new away shirt for next season. So it's brand new. It's got our big star Xavi Simons at the back, who played in the national team just a couple of hours ago. And yeah, I want to hand it over to you. Give it a nice place in the embassy that you can think of us, or maybe you can wear it during a game. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, thanks. Okay, that's it for us. If you have any questions, please come and ask us after this presentation, and thank you for having us. Yeah.
Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ που ήσασταν όλοι εδώ. Δεν θα σας κουράσω για πολύ ακόμη. Θα ήθελα να καλέσω τον κύριο Βαγγέλη Τσέπα, εκ μέρους του Δήμου Σπατών, να μας δώσει και αυτός ένα χαιρετισμό. Κύριε Τσέπα, εκπροσωπεί το Δήμαρχο της πόλης, οπότε... Καλώς ήρθατε.
Καλησπέρα και από μένα. Είμαι ο Βαγγέλης ο Τσέπας, είμαι αντιπρόεδρος του Αθλητικού Οργανισμού του Δήμου Σπάτων Αρτέμιδος. Εκπροσωπώ αυτή τη στιγμή το Δήμαρχο Σπάτων Αρτέμιδος, τον κύριο Δημήτρη Μάρκου, ο οποίος λόγω ασθένειας σοβαρής δεν παρευρίσκεται σε αυτό το υπέροχο event που γίνεται για τη διοργάνωση. Από αύριο ξεκινάμε τη διοργάνωση 19 του μήνα μέχρι 24 στις αθλητικές εγκαταστάσεις του Δήμου Σπάτων Αρτέμιδος. Είναι μεγάλη χαρά και τιμή που μια τέτοια διοργάνωση έρχεται για πρώτη φορά στην Ελλάδα και τη διοργανώνει πρώτη φορά ένας Δήμος στη χώρα, και αυτός είμαστε εμείς. Θα ήθελα να ευχαριστήσω προσωπικά τον κύριο Αργύρη Κρεμίτσα για την τιμή και όλα, και τον κύριο Γιώζε Βάντζικ που ήταν η αρχική επιλογή όλου αυτού του project και η προσωπική επικοινωνία που είχαμε. Θεωρώ ότι θα είναι ένα επιτυχημένο event και αν μπορέσουμε να το καθιερώσουμε και κάθε χρόνο να γίνεται στην πόλη μας, θα είναι μεγάλη χαρά και τιμή και για το Δήμο μας και για τα παιδιά της περιοχής μας και γενικά για όλη τη χώρα. Σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Θα φωνάξω και ένα τελευταίο συνεργάτη, να μας δώσει και αυτός ένα χαιρετισμό. Είναι ο κύριος Γιώζεφ Άντσικ, ο οποίος ήταν η αρχή αυτού του project και αυτό πρέπει να το αναγνωρίσουμε, τόσο με το Δήμο Σπατών, όσο και με το Μανδραϊκό. Ο κύριος Βάντσικ ήταν αυτός που έκανε τις επικοινωνίες, προκειμένου σήμερα να βρισκόμαστε εδώ και να φιλοξενούμε την PSV στην Ελλάδα. Κύριε Βάντσικ, να μας πείτε δύο κουβέντες.
Γεια σας και από μένα. Δεν από πολλά λόγια, αλλά λόγω ότι κάποιες γνωριμίες ακόμα μου έμεναν. Ευχαριστώ τον Βαγγέλη που τον είχα σαν ποδοσφαιριστής και είναι παλιός φίλος μου, γιατί δέχτηκε τη προτάση να κάνουμε το κάμπ. Μακάρι κάθε χρόνο να να γίνει και κάμπ στα Σπάτα, ότι στα Σπάτα η Αρτεμίδα έχει πολλές παίκτες σε ακαδημίες και μακάρι κάθε χρόνο να έρθουν περισσότερα παιδιά από γύρω-γύρω περιοχές. Και στο τέλος, χαρήκα που να έχουμε 2 κάμπ και στη Μάντρα, που είναι ομάδα που ανεβήκε φέτος κατηγορία, και νομίζω ότι με αυτές 2 ακαδημίες, σαν PSV Eindhoven, μπορεί να κάνει πρώτη αρχή, πρώτο βήμα στη Ελλάδα σαν ακαδημίες. Και στο τέλος, από αύριο πιάνουμε δουλειά. Ευχαριστώ.
Δυστυχώς δεν μπορώ να παραλείψω ένα σημαντικό άνθρωπο, τον πρόεδρο του Μανδραϊκού, τον κύριο Χρήστο Παπακοσταντίνου, να μας δώσει την καλησπέρα του και να μας πει 2 λόγια.
Ευχαριστώ και εγώ με τη σειρά μου. Είμαστε μια ομάδα που αρχίσαμε αρκετό καιρό να φτάσουμε σε αυτό το προορισμό που είχαμε. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ τον κύριο Αργύρη που μας έκανε την τιμή και δώσαμε και βρισκόμαστε σήμερα εδώ. Είμαι λίγο αγχωμένος με το μικρόφωνο. Είναι ένα εγχείρημα που είναι για μας ό,τι καλύτερο. Πιστεύω ότι θα πάει καλά. Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ την PSV που μας έκανε την τιμή να είναι μαζί μας. Σας ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Τελευταίος θα είναι ο γιατρός μας, ο κύριος νομικός. Έχουμε κοντά μας και τον πρώτο γιατρό της εταιρείας μας. Θα έρθει ο κύριος νομικός να εκπροσωπήσει και τους 2. Και αμέσως μετά, έρχονται και οι 2, ο κύριος Δημοσθένης Χατζηφόρος. Αμέσως μετά θα περάσουμε στο φουαγέ να πάρουμε ένα καφέ για να ολοκληρώσουμε τη βραδιά μας. Κύριε νομικέ, κύριε Χατζηφόρο, καλώς ήρθατε.
Καλησπέρα σας. Σας καλωσορίζουμε πραγματικά σε αυτό το υπέροχο event που θα ξεκινήσει από αύριο και θα διαρκήσει 2 εβδομάδες. Πραγματικά είναι μεγάλη ευκαιρία για τους Έλληνες αθλητές να έχουν μια τέτοια ομάδα φιλοξενούμενη. Τα παιδιά έχουν την ευκαιρία να δείξουν το ταλέντο τους και να ανοίξει μια πόρτα εκτός Ελλάδος, που πραγματικά εγώ το έχω ζήσει τα τελευταία χρόνια με τον Αργύρη τον Κρεμίτσα. Είναι πολύ μεγάλη πόρτα και πάρα πολύ καλές ευκαιρίες μεγάλες για τα παιδιά μας. Εύχομαι να το διασκεδάσετε και να βρει ο καθένας το δρόμο του όπως το αξίζει. Σας ευχαριστώ.
Καλησπέρα. Ο συνάδελφος με κάλυψε σε όλα αυτά που είπες, συμφωνώ μαζί του και εύχομαι σε αυτά τα κάμπ και πρώτα το κάμπ των Σπάτων που αρχίζει αύριο. Καλή επιτυχία και όλα καλά να πάνε.
You're welcome. I hope that you will enjoy all these days the time and the opportunities that we will give you and we will give to us, and we will spend the time very nice together with a lot of football. Thank you very much, all of you.
Σας ευχαριστώ όλους που ήσασταν σήμερα κοντά μας. Περιμέναμε και άλλους συνεργάτες. Είμαστε έτοιμοι να περάσουμε στο φουαγέ. Ολοκληρώσαμε τη βραδιά μας, να πιούμε το καφέ μας ή το οτιδήποτε άλλο το αναψυκτικό μας. Σας ευχαριστώ πολύ που ήσασταν κοντά μας. Σας περιμένουμε όλους και τις 2 εβδομάδες στα γήπεδα. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.